2-3 minutes. We'll wait for the panel to join in.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, good evening, Rajesh. Good evening, Aparna.
Yeah, good evening, Siddiq.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm just checking with Satyavati.
Okay.
Hi, Aparna. Hi, Naeem. Hi, Rajesh.
Yeah, hi, Satyavati.
Good evening.
Yeah, hi, Satyavati. Good evening.
Yeah, like,
So, Rajesh, can you just come on the camera and show me the ID proof?
Yeah, sure. Is it visible, right?
Not yet. Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah.
Okay, show me the ID proof like Aadhaar card or PAN card.
Yeah, PAN.
This is PAN. Just hold on. Move it little bit left. Your left. Yeah. Hold on. Don't cover your face.
Okay.
Hold on. Can you bring it little bit down? Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Be there. Just a minute. Okay. Thank you, Rajesh. Over to you, Satyavati. I will drop from the.
hi. Hi, Rajesh.
Yeah, hi, Satyavati. Good evening.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. So, shall we start?
Yes, can.
Yeah. So, can you tell me brief about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Myself, Rajesh D, and I'm having 5.3 years of experience as SQL DBA. And my previous company is a Cognition Technology Solutions. In that, I have worked on one project that is a British telecommunications. In that, I have worked on data file issues, log file issues, and installation, upgradation, migration, and user management and audits with the help of CDC. Coming to the high availability, I have experience in all the high availability concepts like log shipping, database mirroring, replication, always on, clustering. And I have experience in performance tuning as well, like query tuning, adding indexes, working on fragmentation, and setting up the maxed out value and cross-threshold parallelism value, and working on the page life expectancy value, buffer pool, and I have experience in some of the performance tuning tools like Profiler, Database Tuning Advisor, the Performance Monitor, and I also worked on the tickets like incident tickets, including job failures, long-running queries, disk space issues, and service requests like giving the accesses, creating linked servers, and also change requests like whenever we're doing the production level changes like migration, upgradation, patching. In that situation, we have to create change requests and we have to get the approvals from the client. For that, we have to attend the CAP calls, and after getting the approvals, we have to do these deployments in the weekends. And all of these, apart from all of these, on the daily basis, we have to do the health checks and we have to work on the tickets and alerts based on the priority. So these are my roles and responsibilities.
Okay, very fine.
Thank you.
So, can you tell me the DBCC commands?
Yes.
And what you used,
Yes.
like a brief explanation
Yes.
about the
Yes.
DBCC commands that.
Yeah, sure. DBCC check DB to check the integrity of the database, and DBCC SQL perf of log space. So by performing this command, we can able to see all the log information of the system databases as well as the user databases, and SQL DBCC string file name comma size. By using this, we can shrink the log file and as well as the data file. And DBCC pre-pro cache, we can clear the blank cache as well. And DBCC trace on to trace the deadlocks, and DBCC show config of table name, we can able to see the fragmentation level of the table.
Okay. Can you tell me the major differences between logs, deadlocks, and blocks?
Yes. So whenever multiple users is trying to access the same resource, like if it is any a CPU or a table or a database or a storage processor, the resource can able to serve a single query at once. So if multiple users is trying to access a single table at a time, it is able to serve only one table. So it acquires a lock, SQL Server lock management system acquires a lock on the table for a particular process. In that situation, other process has to be wait in a queue. So these queue process, we call it as a blocking. And deadlock is like two sessions blocking each other, we call it as a deadlock situation.
Okay, how do we resolve them?
It's automatically resolved, and it automatically removes the deadlock victim by the SQL Server lock management system. In some situation, we have to put a mail to the user to revoke the session in some situations. And in some situations, if it is a critical, we can kill the session by getting the proper approvals to release the deadlock.
I think you have some network issues. Your video is stucking frequently. Like your screen is freezing.
No, actually, it's good from my end, I think.
It's okay, okay, fine, fine.
It's good.
Can you like explain me have you resolved the long running queries?
Yes. To resolve the long running query, first we have to identify which query is running long. So for that, we have to identify, like, we have to check what are the active sessions which are running on the session by using sp underscore who to active or by sp underscore who is active. So in that, we have to check the column blocked by. So in that, we can identify the multiple blockings. First, we have to go to the activity monitor and we have to identify the header blocker. In that, we also call it as a lead blocker or root blocker. So in header blocker column, we can identify this header blocker. So we have to tune that query which is present on the particular SPID and to release all the sessions. If we cannot tune that particular query, we have to kill that particular query by getting the proper approvals from the application owner to release all the sessions. If we cannot find the blocking, but still the query is running very slow, and we have to check some of the other columns like CPU time and disk IO column. If the disk IO column is like running very good and it is increasing rapidly, there is no problem with the particular query. If the disk IO column is stuck at the point, like, I can conclude that there is a problem with that particular query, and I will be pulling out that by query by using DBCC input buffer of SPID, and I will be checking the display estimated execution plan for the same query, and I will be checking some of the parameters is happening inside the execution plan, like table scan, cluster index scan, like key
Okay,
lookup, RAD lookup, hash match, image and table valid function, all of these
okay.
things. Why? Because like these are the things which can degrade the performance of the query. Why? Because
Mhm.
if the table scan is happening on the particular query, like imagine if a table is having 10 million rows, it will be searching for the whole 10 million rows to fetch the required data. So it will be taking so much of time.
Oh,
So
okay, Rajesh, Rajesh. Okay,
yes,
it's fine, it's fine.
thank you.
Okay. So you said you have sound experience on all the HDRs, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Can you tell me how do you apply patching on cluster servers?
yes, clustering as well as is always on nodes. I applied patching without facing a downtime.
Okay, can you explain me the
Yes,
process?
yes.
A
Um,
brief note.
sure, sure. Just imagine we have a four node cluster, like four node replica if it is always on. First, we have to apply patching on the all the secondary nodes. First, we have to select one of the secondary node and we have to apply the patching, and we have to restart the server and we have to check the services is up and running. After that, like we have to start patching on the another secondary server. Like that, we have to do all the secondaries and we have to restart the servers and we have to check the services up and running. Then we have to fail over the things from primary to secondary. So we have to made uh, primary as a secondary. So then we have to apply patching on this secondary server, which is early, which is primary earlier. Then we have to restart the server and we have to check the services up and running. Then we have to fail over to the primary, which is earlier primary actually. So in these way, we can do the patching without doing facing any downtime. Same process for the clustering as well, and always on.
So how do you add to specific SQL server in clustering?
Sorry, actually, I miss your voice. Can you repeat that question?
Okay, how do you add a specific, like a disk to a specific SQL server and clustering?
Adding a disk, I'm sorry to say I don't have an idea, but Windows team will take care of those things. I didn't come across these
Okay,
things.
okay, perfect,
Sorry.
perfect. Okay. In always, if a particular data goes into every state, how will you resolve that?
Uh, I'm sorry, I missed your words actually. It is a suspect mode or resolving state, you said.
I said it as resolving recovery
Fine,
state. Sorry,
fine,
not
fine, fine.
recovery
So,
state.
fine. Resolving state, right?
Recovery state.
Recovery state, fine. So whenever if you do the failover in the middle of the active transactions running, in that time also there will be in a recovery state. Database will be go, and the shutdown or restart of the server also it will be getting that state. In that situation, we will be waiting for some time to roll back the transactions to get the database online. After waiting some time, still the database in a recovery mode. First, we have to remove the database from the AG group, and we have to put the database in an emergency mode. Then we have to put the database in a single user mode. Then we have to run dbcc check db, and then dbcc check db repair underscore data underscore loss. These situations we have to accept the data loss. Then we have to put the database in back to the multi-user mode to bring the database online. Then we have to add back to the availability group. If the automatic seeding is available, we can add the database directly to the AG group. The data will be synced automatically in the secondary. If the automatic seeding is not available, we have to take the full and log backup, and we have to restore it in all the secondary nodes, and we have to select join only option to add the database into the AG group. That is the thing we do.
Okay, thank you. So, can you tell me the steps of resolving if a master database is corrupted?
There is a two things, like if we already having a proper backup of master database, that is a different process. If we don't have a master database
Tell
correct,
me if we don't have.
if we don't have a master database data backup and still we cannot that a master database corrupted, since the master database is having the logins information and data files, log file and data file paths information, we cannot able to enter into the SQL server. So for in that situation, we have to enter into the SQL server in come through the command prompt only. For that, first we have to stop the SQL server by using net stop SQL server, and I have to start the SQL server by using the command net start SQL server name and comma and port number slash m in a single user mode. So after putting the single user server into the single user mode, right after we have to enter into the SQL server. Then only we can able to enter into the SQL server in a single user mode. Then we have to rebuild the database. This is what we will do in a previous organization.
Okay. In always on, if log file is full on the primary replica, then what will you do?
First, we have to understand, like, if the log file is full, for every time interval, the log file will be released. Why? Because the data will be committed on the secondary. At the time the log file will be released on the primary. So if the log file is keep on growing, that means the log is not committed on the secondary. So first we have to troubleshoot, like, why data is not syncing on the secondary. That we have to identify first. Then if still the log file is keep on growing, as a workaround we can able to remove the database from the AG group, and we have to shrink the database. That is a one thing. After removing the database from the AG, we can also take the log backup. And if the database log file is almost full and we don't have a free space to shrink, in that time we can able to put the database in a simple recovery model, so that the log will be automatically truncated. And in that situation, we have a situation like the log will be truncated whenever we put the database in a simple recovery model. So after that, we have to take the full backup and log backup to start the log sequence number. So after that, we have to add the database back to the always on availability group.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. So can you tell me about the FAF file and WRK files in log shipping?
Sure. So whenever we configure the log shipping in a standby mode, only the tough file will be created. So whenever we create the log shipping in a no recovery mode, there will be no need of tough file. So in what I can say, like standby mode, only the tough file will be created. It holds the uncommitted transactions, and whenever the next cycle will be happening, so the transactions will be committed. That time only the transaction will be committed on the secondary. Mainly, it will be holds the uncommitted transactions. So whenever we lost or corrected the tough file, the log shipping will be break, and we have to reconfigure the log shipping. And coming to the work file, that is WOK. So whenever the backup files are copied from the backup folder to the copy folder, so it prevents the partial restoration. So whenever it is copied from the backup folder to the copy folder, that extension being changed from TRN to WRK. So after copying the files from backup folder to the copy folder successfully, then only the extension will be changed from WRK to TRN. That is the thing.
Perfect. Okay. So the logging, major errors in log shipping.
Major errors in log shipping. So the data transfer is done in a log shipping by using the backup, copy, and restore jobs. So the major issues will be backup job, or sometimes backup job is happening or the copy is not happening. If the copy is not happening, the restore will be failed. Or others, sometimes they will be maintaining shared folders. So the shared folders don't have enough space, or the folders which you're maintaining like backup folder, copy folder, don't have the read write permissions or full control permissions. These kind of issues we get in a log shipping. We don't have an automatic failover in log shipping, so that we don't have much difficulties. And companies don't use this log shipping. I think like in my previous organization, log shipping, we like cannot see this log shipping.
Okay. If to replication, I could see undistributed commands count is high. Okay.
Okay.
It is causing the slow performance. So what will you do to resolve that?
We can run the snapshot if the distributed commands is very high. We can run the snapshot manually, but it causes the performance issue. Why? Because it will be replicating all the data from the primary to secondary. We have an option like ad hoc distributed command, allow ad hoc distributed commands in SP underscore configure options. We have to enable that one to distribute the all the transactions from the publication to subscription. That we can do.
Okay. So can you tell me a brief about migration and upgradation?
Brief, yeah. First, I will go with the migration. That is a very long process, actually. First, I need
That's
to
why I
check.
said as brief. Brief.
Fine, fine.
We don't have much time, so I want it to be brief.
For,
Main points to be focused, and it should be brief.
Fine. So first, I will collect some of the information from the client, like what are the versions and editions I have to migrate. And first, I will check with the. Then I will raise a change, and then before start migration, I will be checking the databases sizes. If the database sizes are very huge, before the migration day, I will be taking the full backup, and at the time of migration, I will be taking the differential backup, and I will be doing the restoration in the destination server with recovery. Then I will be moving all the logins from the primary to secondary by using sp underscore help underscore rev login. So after moving all the logins, there will be I can be finding orphan users. So I'll be finding all the orphan users by using exec underscore sp underscore change underscore logins report. So after getting the report of all the logins, I will be fixing all the orphan users by using exec sp underscore change underscore users auto fix comma the orphan user login. So after fixing all the orphan users, I will be moving all those um, linked servers. I will be script out all the linked servers and I will be executing the same on the destination server. After that, I will be configuring again the same maintenance plans on the destination server. And after that, I will be moving all the jobs from the primary to secondary. And if there is any high availability configured on the primary server, then I will be configuring the same on the secondary server. So after that, I will be executing sp underscore configure options. So I'll be record all the settings which is available on the primary server, and by using sp underscore reconfigure, I will be executing, I mean, setting up all the settings on the destination server. And after completing the
Okay.
migration
Okay,
process,
Rajesh. Like, tell me what are the types of upgradation and what do you prefer and why?
upgradation side in place upgradation we have, but in place upgradation we have a lot of chances to get these errors like msi and msp files missing, and these data file log files path missing. So that's why we prefer like side by side migration instead of in place upgradation most of the times. So in this migration, there is no chance of getting data loss because we have safe data in the old server. After getting the migration, we can monitor the server for some days, and after that, we can decommission the old server. So that's why we prefer migration instead of upgradation.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Do you have any questions?
No, I think yeah, I'm good for my end.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you for your time.
yeah. Thank you, Satyavati. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ladies, they will matter.